I'm here under threat, duress, and coercion.
You're not even listening. You're not even going to listen. I listen to what you said. Are you going to listen to me?
Well, go ahead.
Are you giving me permission to go ahead now, too, right?
I am here under threat, duress, and coercion to demand
You're
that
not
this
here under threat, duress, or
prove some kind of jurisdiction. And until jurisdiction has been proven, we can go no further.
All right, guys. Today we've got Judge Perkins going head-to-head with yet another so-called sovereign citizen who somehow believes he's operating above the law. I gotta ask, do these guys really think they've discovered some kind of legal cheat code? Like there's a secret phrase you can say in court that just makes your charges disappear? What's wild about this one is the defendant actually sounds intelligent. He speaks clearly. He sounds confident, which honestly makes it even more confusing how he got pulled into this sovereign citizen rabbit hole. Do people just wake up one day and decide, you know what? I'm going to challenge the entire legal system using a script I found in some random
Did you send a note to the court, Mr. Lockhart?
Yes, I did.
Did not accept your offer to contract and do not agree to these proceedings. All right, so what do you want to do?
I'm here under threat, duress, and coercion. I'd like to say for the record, my name is Jamil of the family Lockhart.
Let's get the record established. This is the city of Detroit versus Jamel Amir Lockhart. Appearance for the record, please, Counselor.
Rita White, House Counsel, on behalf of Mr. Jamil Lockhart.
All right, Mr. Lockhart.
No one is representing me on my behalf. I don't know that.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Lockhart.
Yeah, so I am Jamil of the family Lockhart, flesh and blood, living man, and attorney in fact for Jamil Lockhart and Legis Trust. I'm here by threat, duress, and coercion. I'm here making a special appearance. And I'm here to demand that the court prove jurisdiction over me as a live flesh and blood man. As I said, I submitted a challenge to jurisdiction. Jurisdiction must be proven and proven on the record. And then also I submitted Freedom of Information Act request for your foreign registration statement and anti-bribery statement, as well as that of prosecutor. There is no contract. Every presentment that was made to me was formally rejected and sent back to the court, which is what you have a copy of, by my notary. I do have a live witness notary who can come in and testify to that fact. Given that there is no commercial contract, no commercial agreement, I fail to see how the court has jurisdiction. Furthermore, there's been no injured party. And no, there's been failure to state a claim through a verified affidavit. So if someone can prove to me how this statutory commercial court has some kind of jurisdiction over me as a live flesh and blood human being, I think we could start there.
Well, let's start here. You have a notice is not what you think notice should be. Notice is what is if it's properly effectuated in the courtroom. And I'll certainly give you whatever hearing that you want if you file the proper motions and material to contest that. I'll give you an opportunity to be heard on that. But furthermore, what I'm looking at is I have a proof of service.
There is no proof of service that was rejected and sent back to the court. You have a copy of that.
You're not even listening. You're not even going to listen. I listen to what you said. Are you going to listen to me?
I am listening to you. I'm just responding to you.
All right. So why don't you listen before you start making statements?
Oh, you had paused. I thought you were finished.
What it isn't.
Well, go ahead.
Are you giving me permission to go ahead now, too, right?
Oh man, it's one thing to call yourself a sovereign citizen and try to win your case with internet arguments. But it's a whole different level of delusion to think you're going to win by being rude and disrespectful. Like seriously, Judge Perkins is sitting right there with the authority to decide what happens to you. And your strategy is to act combative? That's like walking into a job interview and insulting the boss's haircut. What exactly did you expect? A promotion. This guy is basically speed running his way back to jail with zero self-awareness. Confidence is one thing. arrogance in a courtroom, that's a losing formula. And I can't help but wonder if he thinks this is some kind of video game.
I assumed you were done speaking.
All right. Listen, I have an envelope with certified mail. I don't know what I believe the contents have been stapled to the envelope. It's got a proof of service effectuated by Nyla Perrin. I have a signed complaint here, signed by Officer Randy Randolph on 11/19/2019.
Is he here today?
And we can get him in here. Today is only date and time is set for arraignment. So you're just being arraigned, and what the arraignment purposes of your arraignment, and let's go through the whole thing, is you're here for a expired plate ticket. That is a civil infraction that carries a $145 fine. There's an allegation that you did not have a drove while license not valid or improper. That is a misdemeanor offense, punishable by 93 days at the maximum by 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine. On the same date and time, it was an allegation that you did not provide proper insurance. That is a misdemeanor as it's written here, and that is punishable by the maximum possible penalty of 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. There's also a warrant for your arrest for an allegation of an improper, not valid driver's license. So today is the date and time set for arraignment. You have the option of pleading guilty, not guilty, or standing mute. You stand mute, I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. What would you like to do, sir?
I am here under threat, duress, and coercion to demand
You're
that
not here under threat, duress, or
prove some
coercion.
kind of jurisdiction. And until jurisdiction has been proven, we can go no further. I would also like to ask you, is this proceeding taking place under common law?
This proceeding is taking place in accordance to the court rules and the statutory laws of the state of Michigan.
So I am not a creature of statute. I am not under statutory law. I would demand that this proceeding take place under common law, as I am a live flesh and blood human being, under no authority but that of God.
All right. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm going to give you another court date. I don't have any
All I need you to do is prove jurisdiction.
You don't tell me what you need me to do, sir. Don't do that. Just let me finish.
With all due respect, the court must prove jurisdiction.
I understand that. We can get this over with quicker rather than later if you let me do my job. What I was trying to say, you're making your claim and stating your case that the court doesn't have jurisdiction over me. In order for me to properly review that and go, it's got to be done according to the court rules. I need a motion, and I will read it. I will read that motion.
I have submitted a motion to dismiss for lack of subject matter jurisdiction.
I don't have it. I don't have it in front of me. And then I'll give you a motion.
I have a timestamped copy of it if you'd like me to show you.
All right, you got to submit it to the court. Look at the.
It was filed by the clerk just 2 days ago.
Okay,
I have a
well,
timestamped copy of it.
That hasn't got to the file. I'm going to give you another pretrial date.
I would like to say I do not consent. The court has to prove jurisdiction. I filed that document a few days ago. Anything short of that is an admission that there is no jurisdiction and we have no further business. We have no contract.
Have a great day, sir.
I swear, it's always the same line. The court has no jurisdiction. Like, do they think just saying that out loud makes it legally true? That's not how any of this works. If you're going to challenge jurisdiction, you actually have to prove it. File a motion. Present legal authority. Bring evidence. Do something other than just repeating the phrase louder and louder. But instead, they'd rather argue with the judge like that's going to magically make the charges disappear. And let's be honest, sometimes it feels like the whole strategy is just to waste time. Drag the case out. Create confusion. Hope something procedural happens and the case gets dismissed. That's not strategy. That's desperation. And if you thought that first exchange was bad, don't go anywhere. Because this guy actually came back for round 2. That's
For this hearing too.
Jamil of the family law card here.
Okay, you're still, did you have a question, sir?
None other than just stating that I do not consent to these proceedings and I do
You've
not
already
accept
put
any
that on,
of the
you've
contract.
already put that on the record.
Okay, good.
You came back in.
I would also like to ask why this Mrs. Rita White had claimed to represent me.
All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Jamil Lockhart. How old are you, sir?
I am 27.
You're 27 years old, and you go ahead and you ask why Miss White is here to represent you. Well, first and foremost,
Why did she claim to represent me and I have no knowledge?
I'll explain to you. First and foremost, she's the House Counsel for this evening. So for this afternoon, she represents anybody who wants her representation as far as helping them to navigate and to defend themselves. With
I have
this
never
matter.
expressed that want to her.
Why do you talk over people?
Well, I assume we were having a conversation. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
I am trying to have a conversation, but one's got to talk and one's got to listen.
Okay, go ahead.
You asked why Miss White said she represented you. Miss White said she represented you because she didn't know beforehand the position that you were going to take. So she's just
That's
merely
quite an
doing
assumption.
her job.
That is quite an assumption. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, by the name that you put up on there, Jamil of the family Lockhart,
That is
I
my.
wasn't surprised I wasn't surprised the avenue that you were going to take on that. Just
I'm
by the
glad you
name.
recognize
But I
where I'm
can't-
going.
but she's not going to assume. I don't believe she's going to assume that she's going to treat you any differently than anyone else. And then you said that you didn't want her representation, and she.
Wouldn't you agree that for future reference, it might be better to ascertain that kind of information before she makes that kind of statement for everybody?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
So the assumption is that everyone wants her to speak on their behalf.
Yes. Until.
Is that not a
until
rash
they say-
assumption?
Until they say differently, like you did.
Okay. Well, again, this whole time, there's a motion before the court to dismiss for lack of subject matter jurisdiction.
Well, there's not a motion
There's
before the
been-
court.
What has been filed, I have a timestamp copy of it. I can show you that if you need to see it. But
Okay,
your
well,
clerk
let me explain
timestamp filed the document.
Let me explain to you, and this is just for your information. You say that you filed it with the court and the clerk down at the window, and I wouldn't disagree with that. But typically, you want to, when you do your filings, that's why you want to have a judge's copy, and you want to specifically have that copy hand delivered to the judge's chambers. So we don't rely on the court clerks downstairs at the windows to make sure that these files get put into the proper place. You're not going to make.
Who do you
that
rely
assumption.
on for that?
You're making, and you're because you don't want to make that assumption that that file is going to get into the correct file. You don't want to make that assumption. Would you agree?
Who do you rely on to make sure that filed documents get into the right place, get into
The person that's filing it, yourself.
So it is not, you're telling me it's not the duty of the clerk to ensure that documents are filed in the case where the judge can view those documents.
The law really isn't that complicated. If you want to file a motion in Michigan, you have to do it the right way. That means drafting it properly, following court formatting rules, filing it with the correct court, and, most importantly, serving a copy on the other party. You don't just drop paperwork off at the clerk's office and assume they're going to act like your personal assistant and fix everything for you. That's not their job. In most cases, you also have to pay a filing fee and schedule a hearing if one is required. There's a process. And if you don't follow that process, your motion basically doesn't exist in the eyes of the court. And that's exactly why Judge Perkins is standing firm here. Courts aren't there to clean up your procedural mistakes. The responsibility is on you to make sure everything is filed correctly and properly.
On my capacity, that document was sent to the court. It was sent to the court by a notary. So I do have a live witness to attest to that fact. It has also been time-stamped. That was recorded as well. I have checked all my boxes when it comes to notifying the court. I've also given you a demand for your Freedom of Information Act request for your foreign registration statement and your anti-bribery statement. The idea or the fact that you do not have that is an issue, and it would mean that you are committing a crime against me and holding this statutory proceeding and trying to confuse me as a live flesh and blood man, that I am a corporation beholden to the corporation which you represent. And that is my main point here today, is to tell you that I am not under your jurisdiction. I am a live flesh and blood man. You've already stated that this is not a common law proceeding. I am under no law but common law. We have no commercial contract which would enter us into any kind of statutory law.
Okay.
So I failed to see the issue. And there's also no verified complaint with a signed affidavit.
Sir, let me stop you. And I'll let you put that on the record. I'll let you put it on the record already. We've already done those things. So I'm going to end it.
What you're committing here is a fraud against the people.
Okay.
That's what you're participating in.
Okay. Whatever your position
And
is.
without your foreign registration statement, that's an admission that you are here as a criminal actor.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna end the hearing now.
And I do not consent to any further hearings on this issue or this matter. We have no valid contract. We failed to prove jurisdiction. There is no valid claim.
All right,
I do not consent.
That, sir. I've already let you make a record, and I don't want you to mention any more because I'm going to hold you in contempt of court. Okay, so I let you make your record. I set a date.
Whatever you feel like you need to do. I'm here to tell you that I am not under your jurisdiction.
All right, have a great day.
This one was an absolute mess. You could tell the entire time this guy genuinely believed he was outsmarting Judge Perkins. But honestly, he wasn't playing chess. He was just knocking over his own pieces. The confidence was wild. Like, bro, you're not some legal mastermind cracking a secret code in the justice system. You're standing in front of a judge who does this for a living every single day. And what's crazy is he actually sounds intelligent. He's young. He speaks smoothly. He seems articulate, which makes it even more confusing how someone like that gets pulled into sovereign citizen ideology. How do you talk yourself into believing that you've discovered a loophole that thousands of lawyers somehow missed? It's like watching someone sit in front of a full plate of food and refuse to pick up a fork. The solution is right there, but pride gets in the way. Now credit where it's due. Judge Perkins handled this extremely well. He didn't take the bait. He didn't lose his cool. He just stayed calm and let the defendant dig himself deeper with every weak argument. That's the thing about courtrooms. There are real laws, real procedures. You can't just show up, declare yourself above the law, and expect it to work. Sovereign citizens always think they've unlocked some hidden legal glitch. In reality, they're just running into the same brick wall over and over, and the judge is watching the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie, it was entertaining, but the secondhand embarrassment was off the charts. So what do you guys think? Should Judge Perkins have been a little tougher? Or did he handle it exactly the right way? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for more Courtroom content. I post every single day, so stay tuned. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. Appreciate you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.